This is just a daily reminder to go out there and get after it, man. A lot of people. One thing that makes me mad when I go to church and when I listen to people preach, man, they portray Jesus as this weak fellow. Man, Jesus will beat half of y'all down. You know what I mean? He was a carpenter. And that's a lot different than what you think of today. He wasn't out there making little trinkets and carving like little table legs and whatnot. Man, a carpenter back in the old days, like, they used to get it. You know what I mean? He was carrying beams, moving bricks and stones and everything. He was probably a mason in masonry and stuff at one point too. But you gotta remember, Jesus wasn't no bum, man. He wasn't weak. They made him carry a cross that I think I read, because it wasn't the full cross, that you carry. It's only the part that goes across your shoulders, because they would sometimes nail people to trees. They would pick a tree out and then put a little thing on there for your feet. But then you would have to carry the little cross beam, and that thing would weigh 150, 200 pounds. And man, that man, my Lord and Savior, he got beat, he got whipped. They put a crown of thorns on his head. And then they made him walk miles with 150, 200 pounds on his shoulder. And then you got Christians out here talking about some turn the other cheek. And the only thing they can lift is a beer can. And I just find it false. And I find it cowardly. And as men of God, we got to be actual men. We need to bring men back into the church. The reason that the church is failing right now and so many people are running from it is because it's being run by these weak men and women who don't know what they're talking about, and they don't live like Jesus used to live, like Jesus would want us to live. They let everything's becoming so lenient. There's no rules, and you want to rewrite the Bible to make it easier on you so that you can follow it because you're weak. And my Lord and Savior wasn't weak. Do not represent Jesus if you're talking about some weak man, because Jesus would have smacked boy, he would have flipped the table on you, boy. So remember when he did that too at the temple? He didn't just flip a table. That man took, the peace and the grace of God. He went out and carved. He crafted a whip. Then came in and started just whipping fools and flipping tables over, man. Those tables back in the old days, we ain't talking about no Ikeas. So enough with the weak Christianity. Get out here and get it. Do what Jesus wanted you to. WWJD, this. Peace. Deus Vult.